Hey, FlimsyLunchTray here, and welcome to World of Warships, where today I want to talk about the new event in the game, Red October. I saw a lot of questions yesterday when the event started, so if you're newer to this, and it's a little change, I think, if I remember correctly, from last year slightly. So then I want to go ahead and break down the event for you and just show what it looks like even in battle. So I had a first game as a bounty yesterday in randoms with Conqueror, and I'll show you that battle as well. But if you're wondering more about the event itself and kind of how to see information about it, you just want to go into your Armory, and then you're going to go into the Red October, or I think they have it down here as well. Yeah, or it's this icon here. And they have several things here, so always monetizing events naturally, but bounty hunt, leaderboards, sink the most bounty, ships to get the tier 8 submarine S-189, 1,000 steel, and other Soviet-era premium containers. So you can just come in here. I'm pretty sure I'm like at the bottom, so I just got the one for right now. So then you can see how you fare on a leaderboard and what the rewards depending on what your position is. There's Soviet-era containers. You've got the new ship at tier 9 with 8 203mm guns with engine boost, heal, radar, or hydro, or defensive AA. And then you have this bounty status, which you can actually get completely for free. You get 3 of these coupons. I've already used one. So when you obtain the bundle, it will grant you the bounty status. Your ship will be marked with a special icon in battle, and the hunt for you will begin. At the same time, as a bounty, you'll be able to earn more red tokens during the bounty hunt until the event ends. Red tokens can be exchanged for the victory banner and victory permanent camouflages, Soviet containers, and coal. The bounty status can be applied only in random battles, tier 6 through tier 10 battleships, cruisers, and destroyers, plus superships. So submarines and aircraft carriers do not count. Tier 6 through tier 10 battleships, cruisers, and destroyers, and superships. You will lose the status after your ship is sunk for the first time in battle, but you can obtain it again. So you get 3 coupons. You can do this for free. After that, it's going to cost you 100,000 credits, so it's a little bit of a credit drain, if you will. Now in the battle I'm going to show you, I actually got 14 of the Soviet tokens because I'll show you in the combat missions, but I killed a bounty player and I survived as a bounty player, and then because I killed a ship I also got tokens, this, that, and the other. So basically if you get 100 of these said Soviet tokens, you'll get a permanent camouflage. Honestly, in my opinion, unless you're collecting, they're worthless. You don't get the permanent economic bonus that used to be tied to permanent camouflages back in the day, so that's not like anything that's mind-blowing there. So then you might be looking more towards perhaps the coal or the Soviet-era containers as an example. So you can get up to 10,000 coal. If I do this right, you get 20 of these bundles all are available, 20 times 500. Hence the 10,000 coal. So that's a pretty good deal, right? So in getting 14, got pretty lucky just in the first battle alone. Then you can get 15 of the Soviet-era containers, which have a very tiny chance of dropping a permanent camouflage or a premium ship. And then you get some other goodies, from it, whether we're talking about credits, free XP, elite commander XP, etc. And then they do have some of these victory permanent camouflages. So if you are curious, this is kind of looks like. They're okay, not terrible, but so really it's just to try to get you to drain your resources in terms of credits, or spend money and picking up some of these containers, which have a much higher chance of dropping permanent camouflages ships, because it's a premium container versus just a normal container. So with that being said, let's just go ahead and I'll take you into battle and show you what it was like. All right, before I do that, actually, I need to show you the combat missions. I almost forgot. It is in the Red October event, because I did this on the fly yesterday. I'm pretty sure that there's, this in here for the leaderboard, you have to click a participate button. Otherwise, as long as you go into the Armory, do those things, come into the Red October section of combat missions, and you'll see a couple here. So one is Bounty Hunt, Mission available for 12 days. So this is 13 days as a whole active. Maybe it's hitting EU today, I'm not entirely sure. You can complete this mission as many times as you wish. Earn 1 achievement, Bounty Hunter. Destroy an enemy ship with the bounty marker can be obtained several times per battle. So you get 1 Soviet token. And then the Decoy and Destroy, you get Earn 1 achievement, Decoy mission. Completion criteria 5 through 10. This is just receive a potential damage and finish among the top 3 XP earners on your team. The allied ships designated as a bounty must survive the battle. Can be obtained once per battle. So it's kind of weird. So let me go back into the armory real quick because I've already lost the bounty because I died in another battle later. Not as concise as I was hoping for. Let me just go ahead and pick this back up. Then let me go back into combat missions. There we go. All right. So now you're seeing more information which wasn't there before, right? So that's something important to note. So one is turning the tables. You can complete this mission as many times as you wish. In 1 battle, destroy 1 ship. There you go. Dangerous assignment. In 1 battle, destroy 4 ships. And then you'd get 20 of the red tokens, right? Escaping fate. So survive and win a battle. If you go through and complete each of these combat mission chains, then you'll get 5 tokens as a result of just going through and doing this. So survive and win a battle. I'm guessing this is as the bounty, so to speak. Then you have the bounty hunter and then the decoy mission. So it's kind of, and then they had the hunting the hunter, which I did in this game I'm about to show you, where I, as a bounty hunter, killed another bounty hunter. So then I got, like, in total, I got a lot of tokens off the get-go. From yesterday's battle. So now having shown you that, let's just go ahead and dive into the battle with Conqueror. So here on the starting battle screen, you can see the 4 of us, I can't count, on our team, 3 on an enemy team with that little crosshair icon. So that means we have 4 bounties on our team and there are 3 bounties on an enemy team as I'm Division of Truth, my clan mate, clan commander, Doombeagle. And we're going to test waters and see what happens. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to skip forward here just a little bit because there's no need to have like a really long video today. All right, so a few things to keep in mind here. So in the game, so here you can see example of the Colombo, Christopher Colombo, who is the bounty on enemy team, and myself. I am the bounty on my team. So now this is kind of the hunter bounty action taking on where I, as a bounty, the bounty, am hunting the other bounty. So then we end up getting more points if we end up killing the bounty. And then something I've noticed with Bounty Hunt or the Red October event is that you see more passive players. Perhaps our Sherman here is being an example. And then you also will have people who try to kill steal you for the bounty once the bounty ship gets low. I mean, makes sense, all fair in game, right? You can do the same too. But so don't be surprised if you're trying to look for some type of professional conduct among players. I mean, this is World of Warships. There's not really any rules regarding that, so to speak. So we're going to be focusing down this Christopher Colombo to start because I want those additional tokens. So there's 2 categories in terms of the achievements. You have, which I showed you at the beginning, achievements for hunters, and then you have achievements for bounties. So I'm working on one of the achievement for bounties right now, and you're going to see the Christopher Colombo, who's actually going to go down here pretty soon, as he just took a massive hit there. Yeah, he's pretty low, so I'll just kind of wait before I explain more about the achievements and the rewards tied to them, because if you are a bounty, you can only be in a destroyer, cruiser, battleship, and with my understanding in getting those, where the bounty hunter and the decoy mission, you could also be in a CV or submarine as an example. At least my understanding in looking at the completion criteria when we were looking at the combat missions. So here you can see the Colombo is quite low. We have a fire ticking. I want to make sure to ensure the kill here, but he's going to go down. So we pick up First Blood and the Hunter Bounty. So that gave us like 5 red tokens there right off the bat. So let me talk about the 2 achievements. I'll try to put it on the screen here as well. So you have the Bounty Hunter, destroy an enemy bounty ship, 1 red token. You can get a reward for this achievement once per battle. And then you have Decoy Mission, receive 1,000,000 potential damage and destroy and finish among the top 3 base XP earners on your team. The allied ship designated as a bounty must survive the battle. 5 red tokens. You can get a reward for this achievement once during the Red October event. Then you have achievements for bounties, which is destroy 4 enemy ships in a single battle while playing as a bounty ship. You get 20 red tokens from that. You can get a reward for this achievement once during the Red October event. Then you have the elusive bounty, win and survive 5 battles while playing as a bounty ship. 5 red tokens. You can get a reward for this achievement once during the Red October event. Additionally, before you get this achievement, you will receive 5 red tokens for each battle you win and survive while playing as a bounty. Thus, you'll be able to earn up to 30 red tokens in total. Then you have Hunter Bounty, which is what I just picked up in the game. Destroy an enemy ship designated as a bounty while also helming a bounty ship. 5 red tokens. You can get a reward for this achievement once during the Red October event. So a little explanation of how the bounties here work. So then if a few things to make mention of. So one is I kind of talked about, you might be seeing some more passive players and then players kill stealing, but I mean, you're trying to finish off kill the ships, right? So that this, I understand both perspectives of that. So those are 2 things to be mindful of. The other thing you really need to be mindful of, as an example, if you're the bounty, what ship you're taking, right? So if you're going to be a bounty ship player, then you're probably looking at something like, let's say if I'm talking about destruction ratio or your surviving ability, right? Are you taking a ship that you can die quite quickly in because you're being too aggressive, or the ship you're taking doesn't have a lot of survivability or a lot of armor? Or are you taking a ship that you can put a lot of damage output with, and it's like among one of your really strong ships, right? Then you're probably looking at trying to take those type of ships if you are the bounty. Now keep in mind, this is actually something that happened to me last night in my Clan Commander Doom. We decided, we played 2 battles at high tier, and we said, hey, let's go down to tier 6, being the lowest tier you can go, and being for the bounty event. So we did. We were still at that time marked bounties. I don't remember, the other game had actually wrapped up and ended, so it was kind of weird as a delay or something, or we should have had to buy the bounty thing again. But anyhow, not only were we bottom tier, because we were thinking, well, maybe there won't be too many tier 8s if a lot of people were playing high tiers. We were bottom tier seeing tier 8s, and not only that, it was a double CV match, and not only that, both the CV players were focusing Doom and myself. Because for them, they can get the Bounty Hunter where they destroy an enemy bounty ship. And that one isn't designated under the class type in the completion criteria. So submarines and CV players can pick up the Bounty Hunter achievement, but they can't get the achievements for bounties as if they're, because you need to be in a cruiser, battleship, or destroyer for that. So we got focused down hard by the CVs, both CVs. Even when I was smoked up in the Anshan, they were dropping the my smoke screen repeatedly. So it's quite a frustrating experience. So if you are going to be a bounty, I might recommend perhaps not taking a destroyer, right? Because in the traditional destroyer role, you're trying to actively spot for your team. You're trying to zone out any submarines or destroyers. If you're able to kill both of them, so it puts you on the front lines as a destroyer player. So then it's quite likely you're going to be focused, and the fact that you're a bounty will give maybe even the cruisers and battleship players more an incentive to shoot you versus the broadside ship behind you, as an example. In addition to having maybe submarine players solo hunting you or CV players focusing you, right? Like that's the best, that's like the worst experience is when you have a CV who decides he's just going to focus you hardcore. It's just awful. So here I'm trying to pick up the Kremlin, and he DCPs with 200 hit points remaining, and then the Thrasher picks up the kill. So I was hoping to get another bounty kill there. So that was That was frustrating. But apparently that achievement, if I read correctly, you can get a reward for this achievement once during the Red October event as a whole. It doesn't say that I can get per battle. Yeah, like the Bounty Hunter achievement says. So just keep that in mind. I wouldn't recommend being a Destroyer player and being a Bounty. Now, if you're in something that can avoid well, maybe has decent AA, you know, maybe you're running around in a Marceau, a Havarask, maybe you're kind of Ragnar, you're shooting more at long range, you have decent AA to deal with CVs. If you have a CV in your match, right, then perhaps you'll be a little bit better off there in that regard. But otherwise, you know, it's up to you whether you participate in it or not. You know, once you have died and you lose the bounty achievement, then you can just easily decide, yeah, I don't want to be a bounty anymore. That was really frustrating. I'd rather hunt the bounty ships, right? So there's a bit of that incentive that Wargaming's doing where if you do decide to become a bounty player, you're going to get a lot more of these red tokens, hence monetizing the event, so to speak, so you get more rewards, but the rewards are kind of meh. Okay, I can buy permanent camouflage for 15. I can get some Soviet, not premium Soviet containers for 4. I could get up to 10,000 cold max, which is probably the best you have there. Otherwise, it's 100 Soviet tokens for the permanent camouflages for a few ships, which doesn't even come with permanent economic bonus. And I can even double check that. I don't want to say that incorrectly. The victory banner permanent camouflage for Vladivostok, Ognavoy, Kiev, and Chapayev. So yeah, so there's just not a lot. So for me, I'm definitely going to go for the cold first, and I'll probably just go for the Soviet tokens after that, or the red tokens, the Soviet containers. But you know, basically the event's kind of wrapped around you spending money on picking up the tier 9 new premium Russian or Soviet cruiser in the game, right? So yeah, so that's essentially the Red October event, the Bounty Hunt event in a nutshell, with some of the things that they've kind of changed around. I do need to make mention, when you become a bounty, you'll need to purchase the status in the Armory for 100,000 credits, and you can do this up to only 80 times, and the first 3 attempts are free because of that 100% discount coupon. And then it's supposed to be your bounty status will vanish once your ship is sunk or when the event concludes, whichever comes first. But we were sunk in the second battle, and then we saw our bounty status in the third battle. So, and the game had ended. So I don't know if there's some bug issues there happening. Because I think I saw some players in this game said if you like click battle on before the current battle you were in after you had died, you could still keep it. So yeah, so kind of weird, kind of interesting. So, and now as we finish this battle out, it's basically just going to be hunting for a sub. So I'm just going to skip to the end, and you can see post-battle results and the tokens we get. Although I am going to be a bit cheeky and just say we didn't end up, of course, killing the submarine because he just ended up running the whole time. But I kind of like getting this shot at the end and watching the shells fly through the air because we kind of did a shotgun effect to see maybe we get lucky and land any shells here. So we're going to go to post-battle results screen now. And then I was looking at the combat mission chain of what ones we achieved after getting in the game. So we did 161,000 damage with the 2 kills. So there's the Hunter bounty, destroying enemy ship is designated as a bounty while also helming a bounty ship, and then the first blood achievement there. And then here you can see us picking up the red tokens. We got 5 for the hunting the hunter. And then the surviving battle as a bounty, that also gave us the 5 red tokens. And then be able to look through here and see the other ones we picked up. So in total we picked up 14 red tokens, if I'm not mistaken, if my memory serves correctly. So then I'm going to actually exit out to port here, and then I'll come back because I was like, I wanted to see the tokens, but then just went right back in the game. So then you can see how we ended up on the team score, the detailed report. So we did make the top 3, barely. Detailed report and the credits and XP. So I hope that helps explaining more of the Red October bounty hunt event currently happening here in the game. Please add comments below if there's something I didn't explain so well or needs some further clarification. But hopefully this helps you decide, if you want to be a bounty hunter or a bounty ship yourself, or you just want to simply hunt in, what are the pros and cons that you can get out of the event. Because kind of after you get those initial once per event achievements, then your income in terms of the tokens really begins to die off, and then it becomes either getting the bounty hunter achievement or the decoy mission achievement. So, but with that being said, if you liked today's video, give a thumbs up. If you didn't, give a thumbs down. Subscribe if you do want to see more. If you're subscribed, thanks so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you to my Patreon supporters. And until next time, take care.